Why chosen ones are the hidden protectors of the world. Let me ask you a question that will challenge everything you think you know about yourself. What if your life, the struggles, the pain, the moments of isolation was preparing you for something far greater than you've ever imagined? What if you were chosen for a purpose so profound and so essential that most people will never even realize it exists? And what if I told you that you, yes you, are one of the hidden protectors of the world? You see, the term chosen one isn't about ego or self-importance. It's not about being better than anyone else, nor is it about fame or recognition. In fact, most chosen ones live their lives in quiet anonymity, often misunderstood or overlooked. But their role is crucial. They are the hidden guardians, the spiritual anchors, and the protectors of balance in a world that is constantly teetering on the edge of chaos. But why are they hidden? Why does the world not acknowledge their existence? The answer lies in the very nature of their mission. Chosen ones are not here to seek attention or validation. They are here to do the work that most cannot see, the inner work, the energetic work, the kind of work that ripples out into the collective consciousness and transforms the world from the inside out. Their power is subtle but immense, and it often goes unnoticed because it doesn't conform to the loud, materialistic standards of success that society glorifies. Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit in? Like you're walking a different path, one that others don't seem to understand? This is one of the first signs that you might be a chosen one. Your soul carries a unique frequency, a vibration that doesn't conform to the patterns of the masses. And because of this, life has likely been more challenging for you than for most people. You've faced obstacles that seemed insurmountable, endured pain that felt unbearable, and walked through darkness that threatened to consume you. But let me tell you something, none of this was random. Every challenge you faced has been preparing you, shaping you, refining you into the protector you were born to be. Chosen ones are forged in the fire of adversity. They are tested again and again, not because life is cruel, but because their mission requires strength, resilience, and unwavering faith. You see, the world is full of energies, some light, some dark, and the balance between these forces is delicate. Chosen ones are the ones who hold the line. They are the ones who absorb the chaos, transmute it, and send out frequencies of love, peace, and healing into a world that desperately needs it.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? Maybe you didn't say a word, but your presence alone seemed to calm the tension or bring a sense of peace. This is no coincidence. As a chosen one, your energy carries a frequency that affects the environment around you. You might not even realize you're doing it, but your very existence is a stabilizing force in a world that often feels unstable. But here's the thing, being a chosen one is not easy. It's not glamorous, and it's certainly not free of sacrifice. In many ways, it's a lonely path. Because you see the world differently, because you feel things more deeply, it's easy to feel isolated, as if no one fully understands what you're going through. And yet, this solitude is also your strength. It's in these moments of isolation that you connect with something greater, call it God, the universe, source energy, or your higher self. This connection is what sustains you, what guides you, and what empowers you to fulfill your mission. But let's go deeper. Why does the world need chosen ones in the first place? Why can't humanity simply find its balance on its own? The answer lies in the nature of consciousness itself. Humanity is in a constant state of evolution, but this evolution is not linear. It's messy, chaotic, and filled with periods of darkness where fear and division dominate. Chosen ones are the counterbalance to this darkness. They are the ones who hold the vision of a higher reality, even when the world seems to be falling apart. They are the ones who carry the light, even when it feels like the darkness is winning. But don't mistake this for passivity. Chosen ones are not here to sit on the sidelines and hope for the best. Their work is active, intentional, and often deeply personal. It might look different for each individual. Some chosen ones are healers, others are teachers, artists, or leaders. Some work on a grand scale, influencing thousands, while others quietly transform the lives of those around them. But the common thread is this: chosen ones are here to serve, to uplift, and to protect. Here's a question for you: how often do you feel a deep, almost unexplainable sense of responsibility for the world around you? Not in an overwhelming or burdensome way, but in a way that feels like a calling, like a pull you can't ignore. This feeling is not random. It's the voice of your soul reminding you of why you're here. And the truth is, the world needs you now more than ever. In a time when fear and division are at an all-time high, chosen ones are the ones who remind humanity of its inherent unity. They are the ones who see beyond the illusions of separation and remember that we are all interconnected, that what affects one affects all. This awareness is their greatest gift, and it's what makes them the hidden protectors of the world. The path of the chosen one is not without its challenges, but it is also filled with profound purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. When you step into your role as a protector, you align with the very essence of who you are. You stop resisting your calling and start embracing it. And when you do, you become a force of nature, unstoppable, unshakable, and deeply connected to the pulse of the universe. The burden and the gift: why the chosen ones must endure the darkness. Let me ask you something that might feel heavy but necessary. Have you ever wondered why your journey has been so challenging? Why your path seems to be filled with more trials, heartbreaks, and moments of darkness than most people face? If you resonate with being a chosen one, then you've likely asked yourself this question many times. And the truth is, there's a reason for your struggles. It's not punishment, nor is it random. It is both a burden and a gift, a sacred initiation into your role as one of the hidden protectors of the world. The first thing you need to understand is that the darkness you've endured is not meant to break you. It's meant to awaken you. Chosen ones are not born into ease and comfort for a reason. They are born into the fire because it's in the fire that they are forged. The challenges you've faced, the pain you've carried, it's all been preparing you, strengthening you, and teaching you how to hold the light, even when the world around you feels like it's falling apart. But why must chosen ones endure so much darkness? The answer lies in their mission: to protect the world, to uplift humanity. Chosen ones must first learn how to navigate the very energies they are here to heal. You cannot transmute what you do not understand. You cannot hold space for others if you haven't first held space for yourself. This is why your journey has taken you to the depths, because it is in those depths that you've gained the wisdom, compassion, and resilience needed to fulfill your purpose. Let me ask you this: how has your pain shaped you? How has it transformed you into someone stronger, wiser, and more empathetic? Think about the moments in your life when you thought you couldn't go on, but somehow you found a way to rise. Those moments were not coincidences. They were part of your training, part of the process of becoming the protector you were always meant to be. But here's the deeper truth: the darkness you've endured isn't just about you. It's about the collective. As a chosen one, you are deeply connected to the energy of the world. You feel things more intensely than most people because you are tuned into the collective consciousness. This means that some of the pain you've carried isn't even yours, it's the pain of humanity, the weight of the world's suffering. chosen ones are often called energetic transmuters because they have the ability to take in the heaviness of the world, process it through their own being, and release it as light. Think about that for a moment. Think about the strength it takes to carry not only your own burdens but also the burdens of others. This is why your path has been so intense, because your soul agreed to take on this role. It agreed to walk through the darkness, not because you are weak, but because you are strong enough to turn that darkness into light. But let's be honest, this process is not easy. It can feel isolating, overwhelming, and at times even unfair. You might wonder why you were chosen for this path when others seem to live their lives without such heavy burdens. And here's the answer: you were chosen because you have the capacity to endure it. Not everyone does. Many people spend their lives running from their pain, numbing themselves to avoid facing the truth. But not you. You've faced the darkness head-on, and in doing so, you become a source of light for others. Let me ask you another question. How many times have you been there for someone in their moment of need, offering them comfort, guidance, or simply your presence? How many lives have you touched without even realizing it? The truth is, chosen ones often underestimate the impact they have on the world. You don't need to be a celebrity, a leader, or someone with a massive platform to make a difference. Your energy, your frequency, is your greatest gift, and it radiates out into the world in ways you may never fully see or understand. But here's the key: to fully step into your role as a protector, you must learn to embrace both the burden and the gift. You must see your struggles not as something to resent, but as something to honor. Every time you've risen from the ashes, you've not only transformed yourself, you've also contributed to the healing of the collective. Here's a practical way to start embracing this duality. The next time you find yourself in a moment of darkness, pause and ask, what is this teaching me? How is this shaping me into the person I'm meant to be? This shift in perspective doesn't make the pain disappear, but it does give it meaning. And when you find meaning in your struggles, you reclaim your power over them. The truth is, chosen ones are not here to avoid the darkness, they are here to transform it. They are here to show others that even in the midst of pain, there is hope. Even in the face of chaos, there is peace. And even in the depths of despair, there is light. This is the gift you carry, and it is one of the most profound gifts you can offer the world. Awakening the power: how chosen ones change the world without being seen. Have you ever felt like your presence alone alters the energy of a room? Like people are drawn to you, even if they don't fully understand why? Or perhaps you've noticed that your words or even your silence have the power to soothe, inspire, or awaken something deep within others. This isn't your imagination. This is the quiet power of a chosen one at work. You don't need a stage, a spotlight, or recognition to change the world. In fact, the most powerful chosen ones operate in silence, unseen, their influence rippling out in ways that are subtle but profound. Let me ask you, how often do you underestimate yourself? How often do you think that because you're not doing something big or visible, your impact is somehow less meaningful? This is one of the illusions that chosen ones often struggle with. Society equates power with visibility, with loudness, with fame. But true power, the kind of power that transforms lives and shifts collective consciousness, is quiet, steady, and rooted in authenticity. It doesn't demand attention. It's simply chosen ones change the world, not by shouting their truth from the rooftops, but by embodying it. They live their lives as examples, aligning their actions, thoughts, and energy with the higher frequencies of love, compassion, and integrity. This alignment creates a powerful energetic field around them, one that influences everyone and everything they come into contact with. And the beauty of this is that it doesn't require permission, recognition, or validation. You don't need anyone to acknowledge your role as a chosen one for your work to have an impact. But here's the paradox: the most impactful chosen ones often feel invisible. They go about their lives quietly, often unnoticed, and yet their very existence is a catalyst for change. Think about it. Have you ever had a seemingly small interaction with someone, a kind word, a moment of understanding, or even a simple smile that stayed with you long after it happened? That's the power of presence. And as a chosen one, your presence carries a vibration that can shift someone's entire reality, even if you never see the results. But how exactly does this work? How can chosen ones create such profound change without being seen? The answer lies in energy and intention. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every action you take sends out ripples into the energetic field that connects us all. When you choose to operate from a place of love, peace, and authenticity, you're not just changing your own life, you're also contributing to the collective energy of humanity. Let me ask you this: when was the last time you consciously set an intention for how you wanted to show up in the world? Not for what you wanted to achieve, but for the energy you wanted to embody. This is where the power of the chosen ones truly lies, in their ability to intentionally shift their own energy, knowing that this shift will ripple outward in ways they may never fully understand. Here's a practical exercise to help you awaken and harness this power each morning. Before you start your day, take a few moments to connect with yourself. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask, what energy do I want to bring into the world today? How do I want to make others feel just by being in my presence? Then, as you move through your day, carry this intention with you. Whether you're interacting with others or simply going about your routine, let your energy be a reflection of that intention. The truth is, chosen ones are not here to fix the world, they are here to elevate it. They do this not by fighting against the darkness, but by amplifying the light. And this amplification doesn't require grand gestures or dramatic actions. It happens in the quiet moments, in the way you listen to someone who needs to be heard, in the way you forgive when it would be easier to hold a grudge, in the way you choose love over fear, again and again. But let's go deeper. Why is this unseen work so powerful? It's because chosen ones operate at the level of consciousness, where the roots of all external realities are formed. Most people try to create change by focusing on the surface, on actions, systems, and structures. But chosen ones understand that true, lasting change begins within. When you shift your own consciousness, you contribute to the collective shift of humanity. And this inner work, though invisible, is the foundation for everything that happens in the external world. Let me ask you something profound. What if the challenges you've faced, the lessons you've learned, and the wisdom you've gained were not just for you, but for the collective? What if every time you heal a part of yourself, you're also healing a part of the world? This is the hidden power of chosen ones. They don't just transform their own lives, they transform the lives of everyone they touch, directly or indirectly. As you awaken to this truth, you might feel a sense of responsibility, even pressure. But remember this: you are not alone. The work you're doing, the energy you're holding, is part of a larger tapestry. There are countless chosen ones across the world, each playing their role, each contributing their unique frequency to the collective. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You simply have to show up as your most authentic self, trusting that this is enough. The legacy of the chosen: how to leave a mark that transcends time. Let me ask you something that might change the way you view your life. What will you leave behind? Not in terms of material possessions, but in terms of energy, wisdom, and impact. What legacy will you create? One that lives on not through monuments or accolades, but through the invisible ripples of transformation you've set into motion. This is the ultimate calling of the chosen ones, to leave a mark so profound, so deeply rooted in the collective consciousness that it transcends time itself. As a chosen one, your legacy isn't about being remembered. It's about what you've contributed energetically to the evolution of humanity. It's about how you've shifted the world's vibration, even if no one ever knows your name. This kind of legacy is subtle but eternal. It doesn't exist in history books or statues. It exists in the lives you've touched, the energy you've transformed, and the consciousness you've elevated. You see, chosen ones are architects of a future they may never see. They plant seeds of wisdom, love, and healing, knowing that these seeds might not bloom in their lifetime. And yet, they plant them anyway, trusting that the work they do today will ripple out into the future, shaping a world that is more aligned with truth and unity. But how do you create such a legacy? How do you ensure that the work you do as a chosen one leaves a lasting impact? It begins with a simple but profound realization: every action, no matter how small, matters. Every choice you make, every word you speak, every thought you hold has the potential to shift the energy of the world. You don't have to do something extraordinary to leave an extraordinary legacy. You simply have to live with intention, aligning yourself with the highest frequencies of love, compassion, and truth. Let me ask you this: how often do you reflect on the energy you're putting into the world? How often do you ask yourself, am I contributing to the light, or am I adding to the noise? This level of self-awareness is what separates the chosen ones from the rest. It's not about perfection, it's about conscious effort. It's about choosing, moment by moment, to be a force for good, even in the face of challenges. Here's a practical way to begin building your legacy. Think about the values you want to embody and the energy you want to leave behind. Write them down. Then, every day, ask yourself, how can I live in alignment with these values today? How can I create even the smallest ripple of light in the lives of those I encounter? These questions might seem simple, but their answers will guide you toward a life of profound impact. But let's go even deeper. The legacy of a chosen one isn't just about what they do, it's about who they become. When you live authentically, when you align yourself with your higher purpose, you give others permission to do the same. Your courage to walk your unique path inspires others to walk theirs. Your willingness to face the darkness and transform it into light shows others that they too are capable of healing and growth. And here's the beautiful part: you don't need to see the full impact of your work to trust that it's making a difference. The legacy of a chosen one is often invisible, woven into the fabric of humanity in ways that can't be measured or quantified. It's in the child who feels seen and loved because of your kindness. It's in the stranger whose day you brighten with your presence. It's in the ripple effects of your healing, your growth, and your light. So, let me ask you one final question: what kind of world do you want to leave behind? What energy do you want to contribute to the collective? This isn't a question of someday or when the time is right, it's a question of now. Because the truth is, your legacy isn't something you create at the end of your life. It's something you create every single day, in the choices you make, the energy you embody, and the love you give. The legacy of the chosen ones is not written in stone. It's written in the hearts they touch, the lives they uplift, and the consciousness they awaken. And the most beautiful part? This legacy is eternal. It transcends time, space, and even the physical world. It becomes part of the collective soul of humanity, a thread in the tapestry of existence that will continue to shine long after you're gone. Are you ready to embrace this truth? To live each day as if your every thought, action, and intention is shaping the future? Because it is. This is the power, the responsibility, and the gift of being a chosen one. And the world is waiting for you to step fully into it.